Hello and welcome in to the first episode of Upon These Crystals, Guardians Ready. I am going to, we'll do brief introductions, but I will turn it over to Kayla first to let her introduce herself, and we will go around the table from there.
Hey y'all, I am your GM for the evening and for the show. I'm going to be guiding these folks through an amazing adventure through Kyra, in the show called Upon These Crystals, Guardians Ready. It is my love letter to JRPGs and Super Sentai. So if you're interested in that and all, stick around. I'll leave the rest to you.
All right. Next in the order is D.
Hi. I'm D. I'm gonna be playing Crystal Adams today.
You can do it.
Next is going to be H. And 1 second, I need to go murder a cat, but not really, because he's digging around in a box. Bye.
Hello, young ones. I am Hushakid, also known as AJ, and I will be playing Die Ocelot.
And hi, I'm Alicia, and I will be playing June Shoemarch, who loves baking delicious darlings.
And hi, I'm Anita. Tonight I will be playing Callista Adams. Bree would be normally joining us in my spot, but had to recharge some spell slots tonight, and we will miss them very much, but we will carry on as it is. Love you, Bree. And so without further
I love you
ado,
when you're also my rival.
without further ado, we will turn it over to Kayla to start the introductions.
All right. So for those of you that missed the one shot, Kyra is essentially this giant Mediterranean-inspired city that has been built up over generations. And Harper, thank you for this the subscription, appreciate it. And it has been the seat of just immense trade, and our beautiful cast here, if they want, can recap the last episode if they so choose. That's up to them. Oh.
We were a elite group of assassins.
Mm-hmm. You were assassins of an old religious order that sorry, I cannot talk today. That followed one of the gods called Cato, the god of truth, prophecy, and hope. You all were tasked with delving into the bowels of the old world, as it were, this kind of space where Kyra has built up so much that much of what has been built on top and stacked. So it's immense, and there are dungeons that are probably as big as forest down there. And you were tasked with seeing about a very concerning issue, which was that there was this fellow assassin that had gone missing and was part of a an archaeological dig that was funded by House Alexandrin, which is one of the main noble houses here. And so you went to go investigate. You found everyone dead, including the assassin. Trying to figure out what went wrong, you investigated the place where the archaeological team had dug and found a vast, sprawling hall, and found what seemed to be something called guardians, which involved you fought a giant machine and actually bent it to your will and made it its friend. And you found out that cultists of what was called the Golden Horde had been trying to find this place for a long time, and whatever was in there was very powerful. And so with the robot that you guys found, you crashed into the next room and found cultists there around a giant crystal led by Lady Shrike, this half woman, half dragon. She started to clean y'all's clocks up until Dai touched the crystal, which led to everyone essentially having their first Super Sentai transformation. You not only beat her, but were able to somehow convince her to surrender. And once that was done, you guys looked around trying to figure out what to do next when you heard clapping coming from a now open doorway at the end of the room, where you saw an old man in robes carrying a staff with what seemed to be 7 circling lights around his head. This was Cato, the god that you had pledged yourselves to, who just casually got out of a chair and said, "I was wondering when you would show up," led y'all into a doorway into a completely different space, and out of that he clicked his fingers and you felt yourselves being pulled up, and the roof expanded and you found yourselves in the Emerald Sea on top of a large fortress dais of sorts. And that's where we ended the last one. So let's finally get into the game proper. I want you all to imagine a sea that is emerald green, birds flying in front of a large, expansive city of dark reds, purples, towering silver, and marble. As the camera kind of pans out, we go into this large reef expanse of pinks, purples, greens, and blues that has made up much of this Emerald Sea. And out of it, standing tall, is this metallic, smooth dais, almost 600, 800 feet up of the sea itself. And on top of that, an immensive fortress surrounded by these small platforms. And I say small, but in size of the fortress itself. And on each one of these is this almost statue, but it's covered in steel, and they seem to be still for now. And we zoom in to an empty dais, where we see the group looking around, confused, as you're pretty sure you were deep under Kyra itself. But now you see open sky, clouds above your heads, the seabirds moving about in the air, cawing out their cries. And behind you, once again, sitting in a chair, holding a cup of what seems to be steaming tea, a literal god. And he just sits and looks at you all and takes a small sip. Who wants to go first? And if you would, describe your character for the chat.
Question: are we still morphed?
You aren't right now. As the fight from last time kind of passed, you found yourselves losing that armor.
Dai is gonna look around, and Dai is this huge, hulking kind of guy, just kind of like very, I don't know, how do I say this? More chest and arms than he is legs.
Die skips leg day.
He doesn't skip leg day. He just doesn't focus on leg day a lot. He's I'm trying to remember from the last time.
I believe he's a cross between a wolf and a deer.
Yes, he is a Wendigo. Right. He is a Wendigo. He's very, very hairy, has kind of the snout of a wolf, but like the teeth of a deer. He has these horns that are growing out to the back, out of his head, kind of curved backwards a bit, and like at first glance, he looks very intimidating, but he's a very sweet boy. He's a very sweet boy. So Dai's gonna look over towards his teammates and say, Miss Adams, Miss Shoemarch, where are we?
More importantly, who's that? You're interesting. What's your name?
I already told you my name. I'm Kato, of
forgot.
course. It's all right. Can be a little bit much for your first time.
What are those spitty things around your head? How do they work?
These.
Can I touch one? Can I touch your
June.
staff?
June,
These.
don't stop.
What?
Oh, it's perfectly fine. And he kind of moves his finger, says, all right, you come on out. And these lights kind of burst, and the 7 yellow small little birds come out of them and start to flit around you and begin to stand and go cheep, 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 cheep.
You can turn crystals into birds? That's awesome. Oh, then she'll crouch down and be distracted, like pointing / touching the birds if they let her.
Mm-hmm.
I think the most important question is, what do we do with, and pointing at Shrike, wherever Shrike is.
Yes. Yes. Seated, kind of cross-legged, covered in ropes, sulking is Shrike herself. She seems to have been gagged by this large light around her mouth. Like, oh, well, that's entirely up to you.
I mean, shoot's doing some pretty shady shit down there. I'm kinda, this was all a dream, right? Like, mass hallucination? Like, dude's not real. That's a thing, right? Has to have been like some sort of pocket of gas down in that excavation site. Got a little bit loopy in our heads.
June at that will kind of go over to I forgot your character's first name.
Callista,
and kind of like pinch her cheeks and like squeeze them out. How does this hurt? Did you wake up?
It's more annoying than anything.
But you feel it, right?
Yeah.
So you're awake. There you go. Goes back to the birds.
I don't know about you, Mix Calypso, but that felt awesome.
It definitely felt real.
Felt something. Yeah.
That was your guardian powers coming out for the first time, which, by the way, not a bad first start. Thought it would be a lot more hectic, but well done. I suppose you have questions.
Do you want a cookie? I realize I haven't offered you one yet. Holds out basket.
All right, I'll take one.
Those aren't the other cookies, right?
Oh, these are safe.
Okay. Because we know sometimes you get them mixed up, and...
He let me touch the birds. Of course I got it right.
Do you really want us to decide what happens to Shrike? Shouldn't someone more qualified or higher up in the order? I mean, this is pretty serious.
I mean, we could
The
always...
order.
Sorry. We could always take her back to the order and let them handle transport of the prisoner? We don't necessarily have to say how we defeated her, just that we did.
You were also totally supposed to be describing our characters as we thought.
Yes. So, Callista is kind of stands quite a bit taller than their sister, Crystal. Kind of curly brown hair, dark eyes, and just a little bit more self-assured, but it's kind of shaken in this moment.
And tucked mostly behind her sibling, Crystal is would be the same height if she ever stood up straight, and wears her cloak very closely around her frame, so you can just barely see the curly brown locks that peek out from underneath the hood and obscure even more of her face.
And June's about average height. Got kind of overalls that are, pulled down like around her waist where it's knotted. So like she's not wearing the top half, it's just knotted. And has the, just kind of like a tank top underneath that and goggles.
Well, I should certainly say it's up to you. You're guardians now.
Okay,
Does that
but
involve a pay raise?
what does
No,
that
I don't think so.
mean?
Right. Explanations. I keep forgetting about those. And he kind of peers out into the city itself. I suppose I should say that I'm a guardian as well. And most guardians that you actually know, quite a few of them. They were good friends of mine. Oh, you consider them gods at this point, but somewhat the same. Gets complicated.
So what you're saying is that we're gods now.
Awesome!
I would say it's going to take a couple centuries if people decide to worship you in your absence, like they did with us.
So now we're semi-immortal.
No, I wouldn't say that. At least not yet.
What do I have to do to get there? Because there's so many experiments I could do with all that time.
Oh, we'll get to that. First, let's have a step inside. I'm pretty sure the city has been made cleanly aware of what's going on out here, and I'm pretty sure they'll be coming to investigate soon. And he snaps his fingers, and you see this, like, giant dome of light kind of move from one point high above you and completely covers the fortress itself. And then the light goes transparent. It should give us some time to not be interrupted. Is anyone hungry?
Starving.
Good. After a fight like that, I expect so. Come on. And someone's going to have to pick her up. And he points to Shrike. Boom, 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 boom.
Oh, no problem. I just gotta keep her onto my shoulder.
June kind of
Like,
like
she
looks
wiggles a
direction.
bit, but she's like,
Oh, I forgot about her. We could just kill her.
she
June,
glares at you.
we can't just kill her.
We're assassins.
I know what we are, but this is not a regular target.
And honestly, if we kill her, we don't get any information out of her.
Exactly.
Okay, whatever.
Dead folks don't speak. Usually.
Hopefully.
Well, there's ways around that, but it's up to you to decide.
Do we have necromancy powers?
Based on what I saw, I don't think so. Unless you decide to give it a try sometime, but I think you all have different talents than that. Though there have been guardians that have been able to do so.
That's a little creepy.
Oh, they're not so bad, to be honest. But
I forgot we left Justice downstairs.
Justice.
Justice is my, pet. The,
I thought Justice got destroyed.
No, that's the robot.
That's the
She's
robot.
referring to the fly boys.
Yes.
Oh,
The wyverns.
right.
The screamers.
Yes, wyverns. There you go.
Would you move for a bit, real quick?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
need to do something. And he goes down and he puts his finger on the steel of the platform and draws this intricate sign and then there's a flash, and you watch coming out of mist are your mounts, who look very confused.
Justice? Who's a good boy?
You see the giant feathered like reptile just go like and is very happy that you're safe and pounces on you.
Get all the squirches. Yes. You fought.
They can come
bravely.
along as well.
Okay.
So he leads you off of the platform down this somewhat narrow path. If anybody looks down, you can see about 600 feet down is the sea itself. And you can see the waves crashing against the reefs. You are led to the
The guy is not having a good time. That he's so like he's above water this high. He's like, no, not about this.
It's also completely covered in like sharp, coral as well.
No,
Probably would be a fun time to jump into that.
nope.
So he leads you in, and you come across this arch that expands out about a good 20 feet that creates shade around this large metal door that he pushes with one hand, and it slides instead of goes out. Slides into the wall itself, and you are watching as lights flare up in the walls as you approach. You've never seen anything like this. You're used to torches, you're used to magical like globes, but walls just lighting up is very weird for you. And he leads you into this large room leading through a number of smaller hallways until you come across this massive 50-foot wide golden door ordained in these reliefs of armored fighters in front of what seems to be a large woman, kind of resplendent. And once again, the door moves to the side, and you find yourselves in what seems to be this almost conference room that has multiple stairs leading down into this large circular table. Surrounding you are, again, more released, but you recognize faces here, ones that you've seen in temples before, of all the gods. Tane, god of thresholds, Alexander, god of forge and war, Mira, Alis, Lautra, Wayland, Circet, Venpiata, and of course Cato. He says, well, take a seat. We can start to talk. As for you, and he kind of bends down, I think we're going to have to put you somewhere. And you watch him whistle, and out of the center space around the table itself just appears is this very large winged human covered in this like steel with pointy ears and large wings. Welcome back, Kato. I hope your adventures were good. Oh yes, Fortress. Can you find a room for our guests not too comfortable? And you see this large, almost 7-foot tall metal lady fly towards, kind of gently drift towards Lady Shrike. Says, of course. Follow me, and she grabs Shrike and melts into the floor with her. Don't worry, she'll be fine. Now, seats. Who's hungry?
That was unexpected.
Yes, that was Fortress. She is actually the building you see around you, but is her own entity.
You know, I don't want to be rude, Mr. Cato, but
Mhm.
you say a lot of things that I think you think sounds like answers, but really it's just raising more questions.
What she said.
I mean, this is Kato. Like, person.
I mean, Cato's supposed is a god, right? And
I mean, I've seen pretty much a lot of God things happening in the past couple minutes.
I don't disagree with that. I mean, I don't mean to imply that that you're not a god at all. Clearly you're possible of some spectacular things. I just it's been a long day.
I can tell. Let me back up a little bit here. What are some questions that you do want to know? It's been a long time since I've had other guardians to talk to, and I've forgotten that this can all be rather new to some folks. And he kind of sits down on one of the chairs and looks at you all.
Fortress, is it okay if I sit on you? She aims at the
Technically,
chair.
she's not any of the chairs. But I think
Is
it'll
it
be fine.
okay if I sit on your chair, Fortress?
You see Fortress's head come up out of the wall by you. It's like, that's perfectly fine. You're a guardian, after all. And then back in.
Thank you. Then June will sit down.
Crystal will sit down and say, so if you're a guardian, who were those people that we saw? That there was a lady, I think, that was that made us guardians. I mean, was that coincidence or?
D, you're muted you're the captioner, so you're not getting picked up.
Oh shite!
You're talking about the council. Who was when you touched the crystal die, you and your friends were sent to inside of it, as it were. Those are all my old friends. Every guardian that lived, their essence lurks within. And they had to take a measure of you before they bequeathed themselves. So you all have been given powers that most people would consider godlike, yes. Extreme strength, extreme speed, ability to fly in some cases, magic, and suits of armor that come at your beck and call.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, if we're guardians,
Mm-hmm.
what are we supposed to be guarding?
Asking the right questions.
That's an excellent question.
And he kind of moves his hand, and you watch as part of the table moves and becomes this giant globe filled with land masses. And you see it, and for a second you don't know what it is, but then as you kind of recall maps that you've seen before, you see Kyra's coast and the country you guys are in, and you realize that this is your world.
Okay, that was cool.
Real cool.
This place can do a lot of things, but this is a loon. It's been a name that this place has had, but most people have forgotten at this point. What else would you like to know?
So if we're guarding the world, I guess the next question is, what are we guarding it from?
No, I would say that it's rather obvious by Lady Shrike and her cult that it's the dragons. Most of them, anyway.
Wait, dragons?
Like
Yes. So
dragons?
for you guys and chat, so in this world, dragons are a complete myth. They're like kid stories. They're supposed to be as big as mountain ranges. Like, these aren't like D&D dragons that like move around and like hoard stuff. These are almost like tempests, like they're natural disasters almost. They're huge, massive giants that almost broke the world. But can't be possible, right?
Dragons
Like-
don't exist?
Out of all the things today that you've seen, and you're talking to a literal god, that's the thing you're hung up on.
I'm hung up on a lot of things. Let's be clear.
That's fair. So, I don't want to bore you all with the details, but the dragons, and he kind of moves his hand, and you see meteors moving towards the world, came to our world at the beck and call of someone. They were tasked, along with their big brother, and it zooms in, and you see a dragon twice as big as the rest, covered in razor sharp scales and long, almost like saber tooth like teeth coming out of him. Eyes ablaze, like multiple eyes, 8 eyes on each side, going down the neck, and this almost eldritch like creature. Orgrim wanted to destroy us. They destroyed entire civilizations before we could even act. We were able to bind Orgrim and save the world, but not at a small cost. Most of us died. Those that didn't, except for me, are bound to keep him tied. It seems like this cult wants to bring him back, which is not exactly ideal.
Hey, June.
Yes.
Can I have the
Sorry.
most sugary thing that you carry?
Because June has just been chowing down this entire conversation.
And you realize that there are actually cookies now on the table in front of you. You don't know how they got there, they're just there.
I'll take one of each. I'm stressed.
So
Di is definitely chowing down on like a thick chocolate cake, just like.
mhm. You notice that as you're kind of digesting this, pun intended, whatever food you like think of appears on the table itself.
Oh, this is gonna get weird.
Mhm.
Now,
It just
what if
like
there-
kind of like comes out of it for some reason.
What if there was like some kind of chocolate cookie that had cream on top, and then another chocolate cookie,
Yep, shows up.
and
Boom.
it's like, whoa,
Yeah.
oh, I'm gonna eat that.
So I would like to thank you
So
for
pleased with yourself, aren't you?
I would like to thank you all for deciding to become guardians. It's a lot of work for you to do, and I'm sure the cult has a lot of things that they're up to.
Oh, I thought we captured the leader of the cult.
One of them, at least I think so. Surely you don't think that the cult was only 10 members for them to have gotten down that far into the depths and found where one of the crystals was. Oh, Anita, you are muted.
That's a good point. Are there more of those?
Probably.
That's
It's not something I keep in check of, to be honest.
Aren't you supposed to be like a god of knowledge?
No, I'm the god of truth, prophecy, and hope. Now, the knowledge one was Mira. I can tell you the truth, and I know a few things, but I don't know everything.
This is weird.
I'll present.
Without even thinking, Callista's just gonna grab a chicken leg and eat it.
I'll present the shield that I carry and say, so this was like actually the god Alexander's shield.
And he looks at the shield, and you see his kind of for most of this, he's been calm and collected, but you see his face kind of fall, and there's this sadness in his eyes as he sees it. Yes, that was his. Passed down into his descendants.
So, are all of us descendants of gods?
No,
Or
anyone can become a guardian. These two just happen to be descendants of Alexander.
Sure,
Miss Crystal, Miss Callista, you did not tell me you were godly.
I'm just me.
I think okay.
It would explain so much. You guys are just great at a lot of things.
I mean, yeah, I know I'm pretty awesome, but at the same time,
I'm okay.
June, who was eating a combination of spaghetti, chocolate, cheese, and crab legs, mouthful, still just like, so all we gotta do is each man forgot and take these guys up. That's pretty cool.
I did not understand a word of that.
Miss Trumarch, you must chew your food before you decide to speak.
That is a combination.
Tasty. So all we gotta do is beat the bad guys up? That sounds super easy. And I get to keep the coldest suit?
Oh, until you die, yes.
I don't plan to do that for a while.
That's good, because you're definitely going to need some help.
So what's the plan, everybody?
Ooh.
Beat up the bad guys?
I mean,
And not kill the leaders yet?
yeah, but how are we gonna find them?
I mean, I think we have our answer in Fortress. Well, wherever Fortress took her.
I mean, that's one
And
way
you
of finding out.
Die out of your, out of your, periphery. Like, her head extends like this neck out of the wall and just looks at you and says, "Oh, she's in one of the prison cells, locked away."
Jesus Christ! Jesus
What?
Christ doesn't exist here. I don't know. Does
That's
he?
right.
By the gods!
It's
You
my
need to learn to relax,
visage.
guy.
Is my visage disturbing to you? And
No,
she rolls her head in this 360, twisting the neck. And she
What?
grins at you.
Was
I'm
it
just fucking with you.
Oh God.
And she
Fortress.
unrolls.
Oh, Fortress.
I think she likes you.
Uh,
And she retreats. You're definitely gonna have to get used to that now that you. At least I hope that you live here. I think Fortress is making up your rooms right now. In fact.
Rooms?
Oh, I need special instructions for this for my bakery. And
Well-
and June will start writing on the table, assuming that Fortress will get it.
Well, they're less rooms and more full suites, if that makes any sense.
You don't
Must
have to
Be
give us
explosion proof.
that doesn't seem necessary. You don't have to go out of your way.
I'm not. It's one of her functions. It's what she likes to do.
now, Miss Crystal, if the nice God wants to give us some rooms, the nice God will give us some rooms.
I guess.
Hmm. Oh,
Okay.
before we get to the rooms, I'd say that you probably have to meet your trainer.
Who?
Oh.
Unfortunately, I can't exactly be around for this. I'll be keeping tabs, but other business pulls me elsewhere. But I'll stepping in from time to time, and I'll always be able to come here in a flash. So you'll see me around quite a bit. But
Wait, well, I'm sorry to interrupt. So are you just gonna start walking Kyra again? There's just gonna be a god walking around?
I've always done that, and it's not just Kyra. Been everywhere in this world, and this world needs my help.
Hmm.
To be honest, you are not ready to join me on that quite yet. And it's totally up to you if you do, but I think you need some help figuring out your powers.
Yeah. Probably.
I mean, right now, I don't think I can. Di is just kind of just like punching out, seeing if he can like summon the suit again. He's like, I think we need a train to get these suits under control or something.
That's why this is evolved. Fortress, if you would, take us down to him, please. Understood. Would you prefer immediate or slowly? Immediate. It'll be more fun that way.
Dai is like reaching out at the exact same moment for a big turkey leg.
And the floor just drops. And you are falling down at incredible speed down the fortress itself.
The turkey leg floats away and Dai tries to catch it.
No, 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 no! I needed that!
You get the protein!
As wind whirls around you, you hit this gust of wind, almost like beginning to become just a little bit dizzy, until the walls around you open up and you stop right smack onto a floor. But there's no, like, impact. It just stops.
Oh, Dai is definitely upside down right now.
Duh, you're supposed to be the other way. It's the other way.
I don't know how.
You okay?
Oh, I'll come help you then. Juno, like, trot over, hold out her hand.
In this room, there's absolutely nothing but this giant incandescent sphere in front of you, just hovering.
Callista's gonna go up and poke it. That seems on brand.
Boom. There's this almost gong-like sound. Boom, boom.
Boom, boom, boom.
And then you hear a growl.
Oh.
Not like a dog growl, not like a cat growl, but this almost large, guttural, vibrating hiss.
Dang it, Callista.
I think you woke him up. I'll leave y'all to it.
Leave us to it.
Lead us to what?
Sounds exciting.
Oh,
No, it doesn't.
I'm just gonna go over
To-
and just like just drag Callista away from the ball.
well, to my old
I
friend
poke it one more
Mei Li,
time.
of course. And you poke it, and the sphere shatters. And this 5-story tall reptile covered in massive scales, large torn wings, this emerald sickly green sheen, this massive snout covered in these large, incredibly sharp fangs with multiple glaring red eyes stares down at you all.
Do you want a cookie?
And it just screams at you.
Take that as no.
Yeah.
Please quit touching things.
And that is where we're going to take a break.
Hey.
And we'll be back in a little bit.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna take breaks. We're gonna stretch.
Power
What we need to do.
Rangers!
We're gonna
It's so
hang out.
anime. I love it. I'm shouting over Anita.
No, do
Give
it.
me a number.
Hush you.
No. All right, we're gonna go on a quick 10-minute break. We will be back.
Bye.
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 Hi, everybody.
Yes.
Sorry for that little bit of extended break. I was waiting for food and then it just showed up now. So, thanks for stopping by.
They couldn't
Yeah.
find her.
Without
They
further
couldn't
ado, I'll
find
pass
them.
it back over to Kayla.
All right. So there's a giant ass dragon screaming in your face.
That's exactly where
Yep.
we left, eh?
Yep.
Nice.
Mhm.
Who didn't want to touch you? How rude.
I assume that that Kato's just gone now.
He's vanished. You don't
Yeah,
have
that-
no idea where he went, and there is
Yeah.
still like a hole right above y'all.
June, you got a grappling hook on you?
What?
You fell really far, really
Somebody left
fast.
over noodles.
June, pay attention. This is important.
Yeah, but he said this was his friend, so was it Malin?
Melee.
Yeah, Melee.
Melee. Hi, Melee. I'm June. Nice to meet you.
The screaming stops. She looks at you all with all 8 eyes on her left side. It kind of rears back, turns around, and flops onto the floor, away from y'all.
See?
Can I poke it?
That wasn't so bad.
I'm still holding you.
Can I poke it now?
I'm gonna
Can I
just
scratch its
go
belly?
over.
What?
I'm just gonna go
Poke
over to-
me again, and I will rend your soul out of your body.
I'll chalk that down as a hard maybe.
That. Pretty sure that was a no.
You are trainer?
Die. Please tell me I'm not the only one freaking out at a dragon sitting in front of us.
No. Yes. Dragon.
So, we're supposed to train with you.
No response.
I'm sorry I poked you. But the sound that the thing made was real. Oh, they're sleeping.
Mix Melee. We are here to train as guardians.
Snoring continues.
Can I poke it now?
Certainly try.
Callista! Can you just not poke everything just once?
But
The audience, I bet you thought June would be the problem. Joke's on you.
I'm an agent of chaos, baby.
I'm just gonna start like walking around the dragon. Just kind of like just looking at it.
It's a massive beast. It is extremely large. God damn it. Thank you for the cookie. Okay, this one. Okay, I can take this one.
Yeah.
Great,
So
thank
go ahead
you.
and get it unstuck for you.
Thank you.
Ungrateful cow.
All right, I'm streaming. God.
At least it wasn't a leaf
please
blower.
clip that.
Oh,
Please do.
huh. Where was I? Yes, giant ass beast. It's big. It's got scales, claws, and shit.
And now you have a cookie.
And now I have a goddamn cookie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go over to June and squat down and go, June, do you have any like like I don't know, like an identifying gadget or some computer tech thing that could
That's
help?
the easy way. Why would we do it that way? That's boring.
Because it's a dragon. I think the easy way is the safe way to take.
Did Bailey say they were a dragon?
Oh my goodness.
You're making a lot of assumptions.
June.
Listen,
That's not what scientists do.
June's being June again. Help.
I mean,
Uh,
I'm currently being held back. I would like to help, but
oh, I'm just like just dragging Callista with me while walking around the dragon.
I've been told not to poke anything.
As you're walking around, I need you to make a defense roll for me, Die.
Oh boy!
Haha.
All right. This
First roll.
So
First roll.
I'm not gonna mess this up. So I'm rolling this, and do I add anything to this, or just
You can get help from folks, or you can use your strength or stuff like that, or speed or anything like that if you want to. If you have edge, you can use that. You don't have your power shifts right now.
Okay. Okay. So
Does that mean that I also need to make a defense roll as Dai is
I-
currently holding on
Oh
to
yes.
me?
Mhm.
Ooh.
It is a tier 5 for Die and a tier 7 for Callista.
Oh,
Being held right
jeez.
now.
I rolled a 17 straight.
All right, so you make it.
Tier 7 means that I'd have to roll a
21.
21. Yeah, so impossible to make without edges.
Hmm.
Give me 1 second. I lost the page that had my stuff on it. Give me 1 second, please. Stand by.
Bree, we love you. Recover those spell slots. BB.
Yes, we love Bree.
I do love you, Brie. I hope you feel better soon.
Ah, here we are. Let's see. What am I trained in? I am an adept. Virtuous adept who blazes with radiance. Okay. So, it is a. I have an intellect defense edge. Does that, or intellect training in intellect defense? Does that knock it down or no?
That you can see it coming would be a good way to put that to use, yes.
Okay, so that would knock it down.
As you see the giant tail just like a cat swat.
Okay. So yeah, I will
Can
make
you-
my defense roll, I guess.
And you can also add die for help as well,
Yes.
which will knock it down. So,
Okay, so it'll be down to a 5,
mhm.
which is a 17 or higher, I believe. Correct?
15,
Or 15
or
or
higher.
All right.
Yep,
so
yep.
I got a 1 in 4 chance of getting it. With the 17, that'll do. With my B20.
All right, so you all, at least the two of you anyway, see this massive tail almost colliding towards you, and you both panic and are somehow able to like leap over the tail right before it slams into the wall. Did you realize, you wouldn't have been able to do that before?
Crystal's gonna shield out and start making her way over toward Die and say, "Come on, June."
Oh, let's go with my pie. Do I have to?
June, come on.
Fine.
Why?
As we're in the air, I'm just like, Mix Callista, are you all right?
Yeah, I think I'm good. Whew. That was pretty wild. That, Huh. I don't think I would be able to make that jump before.
Neither can I.
But now we can.
Let's see what else we can do.
Crystal will run up with the shield.
Yune's just kind of jogging behind.
Okay, so plan, and don't say fight the dragon.
I mean,
No.
if this dragon's supposed to train us and we're not supposed to fight it, what's the deal then?
We could fight each other with our reflexes.
But fight the dragon.
Hear me out. Fight
Hear
the
me
dragon.
out. Fight the dragon.
Hear us out.
Whoa, fight the dragon. Do
Thank
the
you.
impossible, see the invisible. Row,
Row, row,
fight the
fight the dra-
dragon.
It's
Dragon
a
Ball Z.
dragon!
I'm just gonna.
I mean, it's possible.
Yeah.
It's not improbable.
Bailey, are we supposed to fight you?
Sleeping. And I'm not supposed to poke it, because then my soul will get rent asunder.
June, go ahead and make me a roll to see if you can like convince the dragon to actually respond to that.
Okay.
Using this will be an intelligence roll tier 4.
Okay. Trying to remember. So I have an edge in intelligence, or intellect rather.
All right, so you can use that. It'll knock it down to a 3 tier, which will be a 9 on the die that you'll have to make. What happened?
8.
8.
Oh,
I won. Unless I
Just-
rolled it. No, that's an 8.
Dead silence.
Try. Man. 8. Oh, that's gonna stick in my
okay.
craw.
I would like to look around the room and see if is there another exit? Like, just what does the surrounding room look like?
It is just a bare steel room,
So
except
the
for
only-
the table that you guys were at and the giant hole above it.
I am. Hey, since we can jump higher, I've got an idea.
Okay.
Miss Crystal, if you please, just take a position, crouching with your shield up.
All right. And Crystal will sort of tighten the shield on the forearm, and kneel and raise the shield up.
As she's taking that position, Dai is just kind of like stepping back. He's like,
Oh,
Creating
oh,
some distance.
oh, okay. Okay. And Crystal will sort of like put one hand on the table to like steady herself and hold the
And-
shield.
Dai at full sprint, just and just as he runs over, he's gonna just step onto the shield and just
And I'm
start a good jump.
Push as he kicks off.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a strength roll, die. And I'll say this will knock it down a tier since Crystal is trying to help you. So
All right. So what am I trying to beat here?
I'm not going to tell you.
Oh no,
Valid.
that's valid. I rolled a 16 on the die.
Mm-hmm. So where are you trying to jump? What's the game plan here?
Well, one, I'm trying to see how high I can jump to see if I can reach the hole.
Mhm.
And if I can't jump, if I can't reach it, I'm just gonna slam down into the dragon.
Oh.
Okay.
Hmm.
So, you guys watch as your furry friend rockets up, possibly like about 60 feet up, where the hole is.
Mhm.
Actually, no, 7 stories up to where the hole is.
Guys, just like
And you find yourself like rocketing. You feel strong. You feel great. You feel that's a wall. And you watch as the hole like surrounds you and you splat up against the side of the wall. And there's this pause. And your claws try to like dig into the wall. But it does this like quick cartoon like and you fall down.
as I'm falling down, I try to like looking, just like just turn into a dive bomb and try to
Okay.
hit the dragon.
Jesus,
Okay.
bro.
Yeah, so you dive bomb into the dragon's head, like right here. And there's this like smack, and it hurts. Like these bones, like this head hurts, and you are splat up against the head. And there's a pause. And then the eyes open up. And the dragon gets up, you sliding off of its snout. And it looks at you all and says, "You want training? All right. Run." And you watch as it
God.
roars. And it doesn't leap at you. Instead, it curls in on itself like it's a ball. And then you watch the spines on its back extend like about
Oh,
15
shit.
feet. And you watch as they begin to it begins to circular move along the ground. And
I
there's
start-
this horn.
I start reaching out for my sister and going, for my sibling and going, Cal, and it just just following Jude and just
I
Okay.
start running.
And it sonic dashes at you all.
I'm gonna use my special ability to far step. It's an action that takes 2 intellect points, but it allows me to move a good far distance away.
Okay. All right. So you go to the opposite end of the room.
Yes.
Awesome. And I'm gonna need initiative from everybody.
oh boy.
Oh
But the record show June didn't touch the dragon
Mm-hmm.
and did not
True.
punch the dragon.
It's true. Okay.
Is that
How
just your
to
speed roll for
roll.
initiative?
Right. Speed.
Mm-hmm. Yes. It's your like it's a D20 plus what your speed stat is.
So
What the speed pull is?
Yeah.
Okay. Then that would be a 12 for me.
Okay. Give me 1 second. All right. So who got 20 or above?
hold on.
I got a 33.
Okay.
I got a
Alright.
natural 20.
Awesome.
Oh, we're actually rolling
Alright.
and then adding our speed pool? Is that what we do?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I think so. Right? Or is it just the
I think it was
D-
just the total on the speed pool.
Okay. Well,
Oh, okay.
gotcha. So what's everybody's speed?
13.
12.
13?
Oh, the full speed amount. Okay, in that case, I had a 20.
Well, we're just giving just the stat number.
Oh,
Yeah.
just a stat, 14.
Okay.
9.
All right. All right. Give me 1 second.
All Nom.
That's great because I rolled a 1 on my dice.
I
Nice.
thought that might
You got a
be
1, I
what,
got a 20. Balance
So-
in the universe.
So it's June, Crystal, and then what did Callista and Di get again?
Callista's
Oh.
a 9.
Gotcha.
I'm a 12.
Gotcha. All right, so top of the round, this dragon buzzsaw is chasing Di. What are you doing? Well, June. Sorry, June's doing it.
Oh, okay. June is. I just wanted to talk to the dragon, man. She's. Let's put this up. I guess she's going to spend. She didn't want to hurt the dragon. Damn it.
They said training. How else are you supposed to train?
Why does this always turn into that? With that, she's going to do onslaught. So she's going to spend an intellect point to
Mhm.
do a mind slice.
Okay.
This is gonna go really bad.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm gonna stop you right there and refund your points because when you let loose this magic, the mind you meet is so intense that it just doesn't work. In fact, it feels like a slap in the face.
Okay, good. Then just like out loud, just like, Die, why did you have to punch it?
Training means fighting, Miss Shoemarch.
Technically,
I
I
must-
fell on it.
Die.
And technically, I did fall on it.
I will say that since you did that, though, that the ball stops, turns a 180 towards you, and the dragon begins to roll towards you, June.
Yeah, exact. This is what I get for trying to help.
Fun. Great. Hey, Crystal, you want to go to some ruins and fight some snake people and then apparently meet God and then you want to fight a dragon, which aren't supposed to be
All
real?
you had to do
Oh,
was
yeah.
not touch the dragon. All you had to do.
Callista is going to start focusing on the power within
Mm-hmm.
and seeing if they can summon that whatever it was from down in the ruins.
Okay, and what does Power Within do?
Oh no, this is just like I'm trying to activate that whole ability, the power shift.
Gotcha. So go ahead and make me a intelligence check.
All right.
It's going to be a tier 6 right now.
Tier 6. Okay. I can spend intellect points to bump it down. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's 2 intellect points to bump it.
Mhm.
Okay. So I'll spend 2 more intellect points to bump that down to a 5. And
Oh, God.
What? A 1? That means it's a critical failure,
damn
which in
right
this
it
system
is.
means something interesting happens.
Yay.
So I'm going to say that you do manage to pull it off. You watch as your form does begin to be covered in this red armor that surrounds you. These massive plates surrounding you and your form. But I'm going to do a GM intrusion and say, but you ripped it out so forcefully and you still don't quite understand how it works that
This is on Brad's
There's a-
character.
there's a explosion and you are sent flying into the side of the dragon itself.
Okay, so I will take that experience point that you
Mhm.
gave me from the GM intrusion. I will give the
Yep.
additional one to. I'm going to give the additional one to my sister Crystal.
Okay.
And I'm going to say that when you fall, because it's kind of like being concussed,
Mm-hmm.
you fall to the ground prone, the dragon turns to you, and the
Ow.
spines begin to slam into you in this like bam, 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 bam.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't
Can I-
hurt,
Go ahead.
but you're being knocked into the ground multiple times
Yeah,
by
there's
this
just
giant.
like this crater.
Yeah, bam, 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 bam.
Dang it. I would like to use my block action to try and jump in front of the spines that are currently pinning Cal.
Okay, go ahead. What are you gonna do?
That is, I'm just going to run out with the shield and just try and give enough cover so that Cal can move out of the way.
All right.
I will find where this ability is. I promise. I will do it. I am smart. I know how to read. It is 3 SP, so I believe that's... I have to spend 3 from my strength pool to take that action, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. And it allows me to... Oh, it's only for a melee attack.
Hmm.
But it allows me to block the next melee attack made within the next minute.
Hmm.
So I will spend 3 of my speed points to try and interpose myself between the dragon
Hmm.
and my sibling.
Okay. So, you rush forward, bringing up the shield, and it does block one of the shards coming at you. It goes ping, and it like crunches the ground around you. Boom. But you're there.
Any chance we can just discuss this?
Oh, now you want to talk?
June? Knock it off.
But I think it's June, Crystal, and Dai. So,
So I believe it's die. It's on die now.
yeah. Dai, it's your go.
So seeing that Callista try to summon the power from within, Dai's like, "Oh, excellent, Miss Callista," and is just, since it's not focusing on him anymore, he's just gotta stop running and just kind of like, just kind of just do like a Dragon Ball Z charge up kind of thing, just to see if he can.
Go ahead and make me a tier 5 strength check.
Hell yeah. I rolled a 16.
Gotcha. So, surprisingly to you all, as Dai's just kind of like got this almost constipated form of like, you watch as the armor explodes onto him, and you know what? I'm gonna say you guys get to describe your armor yourselves. Dai, what does it look like for you?
So as Dai is charging up, you just see kind of like the armor pieces kind of just manifest just like out like behind him, just kind of like shoots out. It just all of a sudden just starts slamming on. Just like you get a mixture of like silver pieces on his gauntlet and just like silver side just coming on, and then on the other side blue is coming on the other side.
Oh.
And just kind of having like a mixture of both in the middle as the chest piece, and then the legs come on with just kind of like this dark blue sheen to it, and then last but not least, the helmet comes on and like brings his head forward, and it just completely it fits his head perfectly, with just a black visor, silver and blue, horns coming through, but also like it looks like the horns have like a swirls of blue and silver on top on it, and he's just like this feels incredible.
Nice.
So
You
that
have two-
intrusion that you interpose from my natural one is free. No experience gets awarded. So,
Mhm. Gotcha.
we can get rid of that.
Okay.
Good catch.
So, Dai, you still have 2 actions. I forgot that you guys have three actions per round. So,
All right. So what I'm going to So currently the dragon is on
it is currently stuck, being held up, like from eviscerating your friend by the shield.
Anytime you're ready, die.
I'm going to use might point to use control the field.
Mm-hmm.
This melee attack inflicts 1 less point of damage than normal, regardless of whether you hit the target. You maneuver it into a position you desire within immediate range. That is an
Mhm.
action. So basically, I'm just gonna run up and just kind of just punch it away
Okay.
from Crystal.
All right. Go ahead and make me a roll, please. It's going to be a tier 8.
I
So what are you going to do to get rid of that? Don't forget you have your
Oh yes,
Pow-
I have
yeah,
my,
your power
my
shifts, yeah.
shifts.
you know.
Okay. So I am going to use a shift in my shift in strength.
Uh-huh. And how many did you put in there? You
I
you
I
go
did
3
one.
there. Gotcha.
I did
Okay.
1 in strength.
Okay. So that knocks it down to a 7.
And then I'm gonna use. Can I also use 2 points in 2 points in might
Yeah. That'll
to
work.
shift it down again?
Yeah. So now it is a 6.
Okay. So I rolled a 17.
17. Dang. So you slam into the dragon itself, and you chip off a good bit of scales, and the dragon stops, and then turns to you. You see the scales begin to move again.
Oh, that's fun.
Alrighty, and then is Callista. Since you had already done your transformation, how do you think it looks like?
So this one was like a little bit more out of control than the standard transformation. So rather than like this graceful, elegant, the armor just sort of like forming and interlocking together, it's all like very chunky and like sort of like mismatched, like not putting into place quite right.
Mhm.
It's red and gold armor. And it looks like some of the pieces haven't quite formed on properly yet. Just like, again, like dye, a solid black visor with just the red and gold helmet. And also, normally there is a whip, I believe, that comes with this, but it's hasn't quite formed yet, or they're having problems like getting it to activate, just like much with the rest of the armor, because of that role. But very sleek, very form-fitting, and as just Callista's just being frustrated and trying to like, come on, work. Why won't you work? Why do you never work? And is frustratedly going to try and like get this to assemble properly in a way that works for them, and I think that's just going to be their turn.
Okay. I'm going to say that as you're concentrating, you feel yourself starting to become frustrated. You close your eyes and just breathe in, remembering your assassin's training for patience and breathing. And you feel the armor becoming more and more concrete, and you watch as the whip begins to extend out. Your armor is now completely whole. And now it's
gonna be their turn.
Yeah. And now it's the dragon's turn.
Yeet.
Die. I need you to roll defense, as it's going to come straight towards you.
Yay, fun.
It's going to be tier 4.
So, can you remind me again?
Mhm.
So, I have this. I mean, I feel like this probably doesn't apply to me since technically I think I am wearing armor now. I have
Mhm.
Flesh of Stone.
Uh-huh.
I have +1 to armor if I do not wear physical armor. And it says enabler.
Surprisingly, it works with this.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, and it says enabler. So, does that just mean I just call it out and it just happens, or?
Yes. So you watch as your armor gets the sheen of ice around it, misting onto the floor as you watch the dragon head towards you.
All right. So, let me
yeah.
roll. Oh, my good rolls are going bad now. I've rolled a 9.
9.
Mm-hmm.
So it's tier 4. So you would need a 12. Do you have anything in speed or strength? Don't forget, you still got edge or power.
I'm gonna use one. I'm gonna use one of my power shifts in resilience.
All right, to not get hurt, or what? What's that do?
In resilience, might defense rolls and armor +1 per shift.
Okay, so that knocks it down a tier, so you do make it. So just so you know, when you are in this form, power shifts are permanent.
Okay,
Like, they stick with you. They're not just like you use it and then it's gone.
Okay.
So you manage not to jump out of the way, but you reach your clawed hands and grab onto the dragon itself as it tries to grind into you, stopping it in place.
I think I've got it.
Very good. Dragon is going to use the rest of its turn to try to break out of that. Go ahead and give me a strength roll or a might roll.
Oh, that was cocked. Of course, it was cocked on the 2 and 20. How dare you? So you said that the power shifts are just permanent once I use them. So I used one in.
No. So they're always on.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I rolled an 8.
All right, so you do manage to keep the dragon in place.
Ooh, yeah.
June, it's your turn. Two of your friends have gained armor.
Yeah, I guess at this point, especially since the dragon's not focused on her, she's gonna kind of take a minute, take a moment's get to a halt and concentrate to see, just like, maybe it'll work for me. Maybe then I can control birds.
All right, go ahead and make me a intelligence roll, please. Tier
Alright,
5.
which I have an edge in. That's only 14. Because I think even getting
14?
it down to a tier 4 only makes it a 15.
12. No, it makes it a 12. So 4 times 3 is 12, yeah. So you
Yay!
make it. So describe your transformation, what your armor looks like.
So June's armor kind of looks like is very sort of like mechanical in nature. Like she's kind of got a gear pattern going, or the whole way up her legs and arms, and
Mhm.
but the torso part is a solid purple.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and so the visor, black here, sort of rectangular, and there's sort of like gears where the ears would be,
Mhm.
and then the rest, and then purple and silver alternating.
Gosh, awesome. So you do it. You still got 2 things you can do.
Okay, well now that it's just like, oh cool, that worked. What was my thing again? Was it speed? Did I have a hammer?
You do, and as you transform, you see this giant like hammer in your hand, with this like buzz saw on one end and this like car like not piston, but like 4 exhausts on the end of it just flare up, and you hear the familiar voice of your dead robot friend say, "Are we going to fuck shit up?"
Sweet. Let's do it.
Initiating fuck 'em up protocol.
She like revs the hammer and starts running towards Melee. Whee!
All right, to go ahead and make me an attack, please.
Sure. That's a nat 20.
Nat 20. All right, so I'm going to say for this that while you don't hurt the dragon, for some reason your attacks don't do anything to it. At least in this stage, you see your hammer's flames glow blue, and you feel yourself being almost pulled by it. It says, "Initiating second protocol. Make 'em wish they had a bad day instead of this shit." And it slams into the dragon, and it's like almost like that scene where baseball bats hit the baseball, and there's this pause before it skyrockets, and you watch it, you slam the dragon into the side of the wall, and it comes out of the wheel and just goes, okay, time out. God. Fuck, that hurt. Ow, my back. Fuck.
I imagine with the hammer having the wheels on now, June's just kind of spinning in a circle with it, whee, until the flames run out.
Training's over. Go away now.
So, did we... Wait. Hi, Chromatica Mira. Thank you for that raid. Good to see you.
Yeah. Yes, you passed. Good job. Even though the one of you could not do the thing yet, you hit me so hard that I'm just bored now. Go away.
Oh, okay.
You
I
hit
will
me
take
so
that.
hard that I'm bored.
You were napping before.
Yeah. That's what I've been doing for the past, like,
Maybe you should see
10,000, 12 years.
Maybe you should see a doctor. That sounds a lot like depression.
And you watch as the dragon kind of shrinks down. And you watch as this tall woman with this long coat, almost like a detective's jacket, with boots, puffy pants, and wild hair with what seems to be an eye patch on one of her now two eyes. She kind of looks at you, and you see that the chest is bound by wraps. And she looks at you, and she's got this very almost like feral look to her. She says,
Callista is in love.
I is also slightly in love.
My hard eyes.
and she
are
kind of
now-
like spits to the side. Fucking guardians. Why don't I even agree to this shit? Well, you did it, except for that one, but I'm sure they'll figure it out. What's your names?
June.
Ocelot. At your
Yeah,
Callista?
actually, scratch that. I don't care.
Oh, cool.
Okay, well, I kind of care, but nice to meet you all. What about this one?
Hi. I'm Crystal.
All right, cool. Pronouns?
She, her. That's fine.
Yeah,
They, them.
Eat him.
cool.
Here.
All right, good. Got that squared away. So, congrats. You learned how to use the crystal. Give yourselves a round of applause.
So, you were saying, Miss Melee, that you've been sleeping for 10,000 years?
Yeah,
So that does that mean
10,012, 2 minutes and 56 seconds.
does that mean that there weren't guardians for that long?
Oh, there were. Just a lot of old ones. Didn't really need my help anymore, so. Besides, I was only here for y'all, so.
Well, what are you gonna do
That was
now?
the contract. Go back to sleep until you guys want to train again.
I mean,
Though I'm pretty sure that's not going to be soon.
what if I'm not very
'cause-
good at this and would like to trade more often?
Oh, you'll get good at it. Trust me.
Okay, but I'm not good at it now.
Cal.
Yeah, but
Cal.
you will be in the future.
Yeah, but the future's not now.
By the way,
What?
make sure when you see your room to not trip over the rug that's in there. Because you're going to do that. So don't do it.
Me?
Yeah.
Or
Cool. Thanks for the
I
heads
Yeah.
up.
think June has a question.
June, yes.
Alright. So out of character, tell me what is June's question.
Out of character?
Yes.
Out of character, her question is, "Are you a dragon?"
And then she sees the raised hand, and without you speaking, she says, "Yes, I am a dragon."
so you
Cool.
can see into
The future, yes.
It's. I think that was part of the the stories they used to tell about dragons. That's why they have so many eyes. They can see your thoughts and see into the future and things.
Yes,
Now
I'm
that you're
looking at your
stalling, do you want
thoughts
a
right
cookie?
now.
Oh,
Okay.
Callista turns bright red.
Don't think that I know what you're about. I'm kidding. I can't read
Listen.
minds. I can't read minds. But at least I know what you're thinking of now. So
I mean,
I'm sorry, that was because of the chat. My bad.
ooh woo,
Bo.
I don't care.
Bo, we love
No,
you.
not that.
It was I 100% misheard Alicia and thought she said, "Are you a drag queen?" Bo, I adore you. I can see your
But-
thoughts, and you should be ashamed.
Yes, I can see into the future. Yes.
Huh. Well, this is probably the third weirdest thing to happen today. If we go by the rankings.
It's amazing that it ranks so low. Honestly.
Yeah, well,
Top 3 still makes the podium.
So do all dragons are all dragons able to transform like yourself, Miss Miller?
No, that's something I learned. Well, learned, I say, but she like brings up her like pant leg, and you can see like this rune.
I was like, just like
on her
immediately
leg.
put my hand over Callista's eyes.
It is a leg. Calm yourselves.
I mean, you're just really interesting.
By the way, she's really buff.
And
Like
like,
she's shredded.
That doesn't help.
no.
That changes nothing. That changes absolutely nothing. That encourages.
This was part of the contract, so can't exactly have me in my full size, so it's either the one you saw before or this one.
Why did you agree to this contract?
You're asking me why. And yes, I know that you were about to say that, but I'm going to just turn that off for a second. Because I did.
What? That hurt my head. I'm sorry. Could you explain that again? You agreed to the contract because you did?
Yes.
Oh, you saw yourself agreeing to the contract in the future, and then you agreed to the contract.
She gets it.
But what? But that's just... Oh, God.
but that's
my
okay.
brain.
But there's
Very
also
attractive.
branching like futures, and there's this whole time thing, but I'm not going to worry you about that.
Dai is
What?
zoned out. In this whole in that part of the conversation, Dai just clocked out.
Basically, I can see futures and choose which ones that I'm going to look at. So
I'm guessing that one is the best one.
it's the one I liked.
Well, then it's the best one. If it's the one you like, then it's definitely the best one.
Sure. Besides, I
Do you want some
wanted to
food?
show, or I don't really eat.
Oh.
It's not a thing. I mean, I can. I don't really get hungry.
Oh.
The
Alcohol,
stories-
though. Oh my God. When we got here and I found out about alcohol.
There's alcohol, you say?
there's
Dies
alcohol.
right back in.
And don't even get me started on 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 purple moss. God, that stuff is good. You have no idea what it's like being outside this world and then coming here and finding that shit. So good.
What is purple moss, pray tell?
I'll tell you when you're older.
That's cryptic. Okay. Well, I guess we should let you get back to sleeping and Moss.
But hey, if I wanted to come for like private one-on-one lessons, is that a thing?
Callista, stop hitting on the dragon.
But she's hot.
There
I
are
didn't say she wasn't
futures-
hot. Clearly
There are
she's hot.
futures where that does happen, and there's futures where it does not.
Are there more?
I'm not
futures
going
where
to tell
it
you
does than it
what
doesn't?
leads to them. I'm not going to tell you that. And I'm certainly going to not give you any hints on how to make that work, because it's more fun that way. Though, to be fair, I thought you all would just be like, tell me my future. Tell me my future. Oh, Mei Li, I'm the
That's
king of...
boring. Why would I want you to
It's
tell
like-
me it
it's
when I
like-
can live it myself?
Oh, don't even get me started. And she like flips back her hair. It's like, oh, Mei Li, I am the dwarven king of the South Reaches. Tell me what'll happen to my people in the next few years. Oh, Mei Li, I am a poor, simple farmer's girl. When will I find love? Yada, yada, blah, blah, fuck it. Sorry. Just annoying.
That seems like it's a lot of people to ask.
Yeah, which is why I took this job. So I can get some sleep and not be prodded by every single Yahoo with a sword that wants to know the future of humanity.
Hmm.
I mean, fair.
That. Okay. Would you happen to know how we get to our rooms? Do we just call, the building?
Crystal.
Fortress.
She literally just said she didn't want us asking about the future.
I wasn't
Crystal,
asking
no.
her to.
No.
Hey, Fortress. Apparently, we're done here.
She'll be here in a bit, though not before the explosion.
Wait,
Huh?
explosion.
Oh wait,
And as soon as she says that, the whole fortress is rocked.
Uh-oh.
Ranacue. Anyway, have fun. She goes back to sleep.
I want to ask more about the purple moss.
All right, and so at this point, Fortress shows up. Sorry to bother you all, but there seems to have been an explosion in Kyra itself.
What?
You might want to come back up here. Just stand on the chairs, please.
Okay.
Pops on.
Sure.
Mhm. All right, so. Oh, by the way, I forgot. It's also going to be fastest time. You all are just shot up in the air, like press planted into the wood. And you find yourselves in that room again. The doors to the outside open up for you. And you race outside, and you see Kyra and its main governmental building on fire. And that's where we're gonna end today's session.
Who do you think you are? Just leaving us on a cliffhanger and something exploding on fire. Sounds
Oh
very...
wait, hold on. Sorry, I forgot this. Sorry, I completely forgot that Kato is also there, along with somebody else. And he says, "Oh, good, you're here. Callista, can we have a word?
Yeah.
All right, good. Anyway, y'all have fun with that. And he grabs your hand, and you just pop, boom, gone.
What?
And that's where it ends. Sorry about that.
Bye. See you later.
Didn't think we were gonna see a dragon in the first episode.
Oh, I mean, we saw a half dragon in the first episode. With that one
I don't
tray.
think that's a half
Natural
dragon.
progression.
I think that's a dragon that can turn into a human, though.
Ye-
No one.
Of course, you fall for the dragon that looks like a buff pirate.
Excuse me?
Wait, you did.
You didn't say pirate.
I mean,
Well, the
she said
eye
eye
Got the
patch.
eye patch,
that's
yeah.
true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that in the long cloak.
I mean, those
Like,
are
if-
those are like exact. That's like exactly all the boxes for Callista.
Nice.
Kayla is the only game master to ever end a session episode 1 by blowing something up. That is correct.
That has never
No one
happened
else has
before.
done that.
No,
Never happened before in
No.
the history of forever.
never happened in the
I-
history of critical misses.
I should know. I play a dragon that sees the future. All right, let's go around the table. But starting off, I guess I'll put stuff in. I'm Kayla. I have been your DM. We will see you all next week. I am a TTRPG writer and new Guilty Gear player, which is awesome. It's a fun game. I've been playing Slayer, who was a very gentlemanly vampire, which is awesome. But more importantly, I am the monster creative lead for an upcoming TTRPG system and game called Omens Rising,
Ooh.
which is based on our team's love for Final Fantasy and JRPGs, and instead of dice, it uses a deck of cards for its gameplay. So expect to see that in the near future for me. Once that is fully announced and we have all of our branding done, we currently have that good to go. We're just waiting to have a little bit more stuff. So expect that in the next few months.
Exciting.
But if you're interested in that, follow me on Twitter or on Twitch, where I stream games like Hades and Yakuza and Guilty Gear, where I get my butt kicked. But we'll go to the next person, which is D. Introduce yourself. You are muted.
Yes. Let me move my microphone out of the way because I don't have to hide behind it anymore. Hi, I'm D. I have been playing Crystal Adams. I am a streamer, musician, voice actor, professional GM for the Emerald City Game Masters Guild. You should come check out our living 24/7 D&D server that is the World of Lucaria. It's a West Marches style server, and you can find out more at emeraldcitygmg.com. I also played Julian in Woodsy Studios' Crimson Spires. Got it that time. And if you can't get enough of me being a vampire, you can join us here on the Critical Misses channel every Wednesday, where I play the Master of Ceremonies for our Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle, Under the Pale Cold Sun. You can also catch me here on Tuesdays, where I play Tucker Green in Second City Saviors. You can catch me here next Thursday, where I will continue being a Sentai. On Fridays, I might sleep. Saturdays, you can catch me over at my channel streaming. And Sundays are usually my day off. Also, on Mondays, I was just recently told that I can start talking about this. On Mondays, over on Weave the Tale, which is the new name for Encounter Roleplay, or what was formerly known as Encounter Roleplay, you can catch me playing a game of Great American Witch, which is a single-page RPG that's going to be run by the lovely half-assed hermit Lydia herself. So I will be literally brewing up a witch soon. Yeah, follow me on Twitter where I post random voice acting stuff that I make based off of stupid arguments I get into where I say ridiculous things because I'm tired. That's me. Mood lighting engaged.
Nice. And now we have AJ next on the list.
Hi. I'm AJ, also known as Husha Kid. You can find me on the 3 T's of social media: TikTok, Twitter, and Twitch as Husha_Kid. The next time you'll see me on stream is, in fact, Tuesday, right here on Critical Misses, playing as Echo or Everett Lozado in Second City Saviors. Your lovable, quipable, very confused superhero. And then you can find me here again next week on Thursday. And maybe another day in between that. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know. But yeah.
Awesome. Alicia, you're up.
Hello there. I'm Alicia. We're NNG9 on Twitch. I stream games and do puns and have drawn out this word so I can get it in time. Snakes. Also, you can find me on NNG98. Where's your head, buddy? There you are. Where I do swears and curses and puns and have snakes. I am here on Thursdays, obviously, being a Power Ranger. I'm sorry, Guardian. Wednesdays for Under the Pale Cold Sun, I'm a vampire. I also do a podcast with the lovely Hot Persona Games on Twitter at Tortal_y'all, where we're going through the entire Tortal series, one chapter at a time. Feel free to follow along. And I think that's most of what I do. Oh, I also stream mostly Sundays and then randomly.
Awesome. And now, last
Me?
but certainly not least, we have the one, the only, pronouns non-binary, but has finery, Anita!
Hi, I'm Anita or Benita or Critical Misses. This is my channel, so you can find me here most times. Because I'm a TTRPG streamer here on Twitch, so you can find me here Tuesdays and Wednesdays for Second City Saviors and Under the Pale Cold Sun. Thursdays and Fridays I will be working tech behind the scenes, but in chat, hanging out with y'all. Saturdays I do Morning Ritual with the Noir Enigma. Our guest this week is B. Dave Walters, and we're really excited to talk to him. Sundays we have System Crash on occasion, whenever we figure out that. That's coming soon. We'll find out. But this Sunday, the 17th, you can find me actually over on Kobold Press's channel for Into the Southlands, which is their their Southlands Kickstarter that just wrapped up. We're going to be running a campaign that Noir is doing, and I'm going to be playing a character. TBD. I know what they are, but I'm leaving it a mystery. So check it out. Come stop by. Other than that,
Real quick,
what's up?
if I can.
What's up?
I realize this is the last stream of Critical Misses that I'm going to be on before the week that this happens. So AJ, I think it's time that we made that announcement.
Yeah, we could do that.
Over on Pale Cold Sun, our lovely Vampire the Masquerade game, our next guest will be the ever admirable Husha Kid himself. So can't wait to catch that episode.
I get to be a vampire.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
What will I do? Who knows? Do
I
I,
don't know,
do I have my character sheet filled out? Kind of.
do.
Mood. But yeah, that is all from us. We're gonna go on a raid. We're gonna raid Burrito.
Hell yeah.
Because Brady
Yay.
is having some chill vibes and drawing stream, and we're gonna give them some love.
They just made a feeling up.
They just made a
Yeah, they
affiliate. They
did.
just got a level
Yeah.
5 hype train from what I hear.
Oh,
Oh
hell
yes.
yeah.
Oh yes, they did.
So we're going to go say hello to the lovely Burrito. And but yeah, until next time, look to the skies. The Guardians are ready? I don't know. Bye everybody.
I would like to say that the chat should say, I can see the future.
We can
As a
see the
sketch.
I can see the future. I can see the future.
All right, everybody. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.